In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a massive issue retirees are currently facing that virtually no one is talking about. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Alright, now first off, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, or if this is your first time coming across the channel, I have thousands of videos here on the channel talking about Social Security, and I'm talking about Social Security virtually every day. However, we all recognize Social Security has some major financial issues. This is not a secret. This is common knowledge, and we all recognize they have some major issues coming ahead. However, that is not what I'm talking about here in this video, but rather I'm talking about another program out there right now that is strictly focused on retirees, that has about 66 million enrollees and beneficiaries, that has some major financial issues as well, that's also going to impact the beneficiaries in a major way. And again, like, nobody is talking about this, but we only have a couple years to go before they are completely out of money. That's a major issue, and again, what I'm going to focus on here in this video, let's talk through the details. However, really fast before we do, if you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button right down below the video. It's totally free to do so. Make sure to subscribe. I'm here for you every single day, no matter what, doing all the research so you don't need to, breaking it all down into these short videos, answering your questions, advocating on your behalf, and doing whatever I possibly can to help you out right now. It's a rough time out there. I've been saying this for a long time. We all recognize this. The last couple years have been really tough financially for virtually everybody. Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below. Feel free to like the video down below as well, and feel free to share this with your friends on social media, again, with the share button down below. Thank you so much. Let's talk through the details. All right, so I'm talking about Medicare. Yes, Medicare, okay? As of right now, there's about 66 million people enrolled in Medicare, which, by the way, not to be mistaken with Medicaid. That is a totally different program, very similar, but also very different at the same time. And that program roughly has about 80 to 85 million people enrolled in that program as well. And there's also some major changes undergoing with Medicaid as well, but that's a totally different topic. We'll talk about that in a separate video. But I'm talking about Medicare. Okay, now this is a program that, again, nobody's really talking about this as far as them running out of money. Now, obviously, there's a couple different programs within Medicare, right? There's Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, there's Medicare Part D, and there's others alongside that, but those are the common ones that many of us refer to when we're talking about Medicare, right? Now, here's the thing. Along with turning age 65, provided you've paid in through Medicare payroll taxes for at least 10 years, you can become entitled for Medicare, right? So you can enroll in Medicare basically 3 months before your 65th birthday, the month of your 65th birthday, and 3 months after your 65th birthday, right? So you have a 7-month enrollment period for Medicare. Awesome, right? But here's the problem with this. Now, generally, you wouldn't pay for Medicare Part A premiums, right? Generally, this is covered with your Social Security and things like this, right? But generally, here's the problem with this. Medicare Part A is running out of money. This is the hospitalization. Now remember, Part A is hospitalization. Part B is the doctor's visits, things like this. Part D is obviously prescriptions, and again, the list goes on and on. But here's the thing. So Part A, the hospitalization, the very important one that hopefully none of us really need to utilize, but it is there as a safety net in case we actually do need to utilize that. This one is running out of money. Guess when? Well, the Medicare Board of Trustees has identified that this program, as in Medicare Part A, is going to be out of money in guess how many years? About 4 years, 2028. Now here's the thing. We talk about Social Security all the time, right? When is that going to be insolvent? About 2033. So that's about 9 years from now as I film this video in 2024. But guess what? Medicare Part A is running out of money is about 4 years, give or take a little bit, 2028. That's a big problem, right? And that's going to be a big issue. Now, here's the problem. Okay, let's just say that we fast forward, say 4 years now, and Medicare Part A has run out of money. Now what happens, okay? So they're fresh out of cash, okay? Now they can only basically pay out what is, as far as the money that's coming in through through Medicare payroll taxes. Now, what is that? Medicare payroll taxes are 1.45% for the employee and 1.45% for the employer, a total of 2.9%. 2.9% is what Medicare taxes are. Now, here's the difference. Remember with Social Security payroll taxes are applied to the first $168,600 of income. All income up to that threshold is taxable by Social Security. Any income above that threshold is no longer taxable by Social Security. However, with Medicare, all income is taxable by Social Security. So somebody could earn $5,000, they could earn $5 million, or they could earn $500,000, whatever it happens to be. All income is taxable by Medicare, okay? So that 2.9% would apply to all income at basically any level. It doesn't really matter, okay? But here's the problem. They're still running out of money, okay? So that's what's going on. Now, the big question remains is, okay, let's just fast forward 4 years. They're out of money, the Part A premium, right? Or sorry, the Part A coverages, okay? So now they're out of money. Now what happens if somebody has to go in and utilize these services, okay? The person goes in and they have to utilize their Part A. It has their hospitalization coverage. What happens? Okay, well, they can only pay so much. What happens to the patient? Do they get neglected in the hospital? Do they maybe leave the hospital with a massive, massive bill because the Medicare Part A didn't really cover all of it? What's the problem here, right? That's the big question and the big discrepancy that there's not really a good answer to quite yet, okay? Now, again, this is the problem. So not only are we seeing Social Security insolvency coming out about, again, 9 years from now, give or take a little bit, but we also have Medicare insolvency. That's a big one. That's a problem as well. And again, like I said, 66 million people are currently enrolled in Medicare. How many people are going to be enrolled in the next 4 years? I can tell you this much between now and potential insolvency date. I can tell you this. Right now, on a daily basis, 11,000 people are becoming eligible for Social Security every single day. Every day. Now remember, people that are becoming eligible for Social Security means that they're becoming, at least 62, okay? So now, obviously, somebody at the age of 62, in general, wouldn't be qualified for Medicare quite yet. There are some circumstances where somebody could be, but in general, they're not, okay? But when they turn 65, and again, 11,000 people a day, that's nuts. That's a ton of people, right? So that just means between now and call it 2028, when this is becoming insolvent, we're going to have about 4 million plus more people that are eligible for Medicare. Okay, so we're going to be talking about 70 million people enrolled or eligible for Medicare at that time. Do you think that's going to put extra strain on the program? Yeah, okay. But here's the problem too. They should have planned for this. They knew years and years and years and years ago, right? 50 plus 60 years ago, they knew that this baby boom generation was coming through, and maybe they should have made changes about this and actually fixed this up decades ago, but they didn't, right? So here we have this problem facing us yet again. Just like Social Security insolvency, we have Medicare insolvency as well. So yeah, there you go, right? Obviously, there's a bunch of different issues that they could face with this thing as far as what can we do? They could raise taxes, they could do a whole variety of changes, but again, this is the same problem essentially on a different scale that they're facing with Social Security as well. So maybe we could look at how they address Medicare insolvency with how they address Social Security insolvency, right? So we could look at how they address this and how lawmakers actually approach this Medicare insolvency with maybe a little glimpse into, hey, what are they going to do with Social Security insolvency as well? I don't know. Either way, we got to continue watching this, but this is something that not a ton of people are talking about. At the end of the day, it's going to impact massive amounts of beneficiaries and Medicare enrollees. Again, probably about 70 million people by the time we hit that in 2028. It's not that far away, right? Anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave that down below in the comment section. Otherwise, please make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with the share button down below as well. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including those I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. And until next time, check out the videos here on your screen as well. Otherwise, enjoy your day, take care, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next